This recording is going to be an experiment. If I don't like it, I'm going to throw it away. For the first time, I'm going to intersperse whistling with my harmonica playing. And the reason I'm going to whistle is because there's some of my favorite tunes I can't play on the harmonica. The harmonica won't play everything. It'll only play certain things, and because you can't play sharps and flats on a harmonica. And some pieces, in order to hit all the notes, you got to play it in the real high screechy keys. But for most things you can play, and harmonica is a beautiful instrument. I used to call them mouth organs because they sound like an organ, and they are an organ. And it's a beautiful instrument. You can't put a piano in your pocket or a guitar, either one. And harmonica, you take music wherever you go. You can imagine how it was in the old days before there was any radio. Nobody heard any music unless you had somebody in the family that could play an instrument. Or unless you were a prince or a duke when you had your own chamber orchestra. Imagine that now, if you will. Nobody heard any music unless it's for these reasons I just said. Well, now, they probably would have been real glad to hear this no matter how bad it's going to be. There were two composers in Russia. They lived at the same time, and they were kind of rivals. Maybe not rivals, but they were competitors. They competed with one another for, whenever one would write something, the other one would say, gee, I got to write something better than that. An example is Tchaikovsky's Caprice Italienne. He wrote that because Rimsky-Korsakov wrote the Caprice Espagnole. And these are lovely pieces, and it's hard for me to make up my mind which is the best. Now, these two composers competed with one another. One was a professional, Tchaikovsky. He was a professor of music at the conservatory. The other one was an amateur. He just wrote music. Korsakov just wrote music for a hobby. But in the end, after so many years of competition, Tchaikovsky took his hat off and wrote Korsakov and said, "You are the greatest composer in Russia." Well, when you listen to both of their musics, you can't determine which is the greatest. I suppose it would be Tchaikovsky, but boy, by a narrow, narrow neck. What an ear Korsakov had for music. Now, he wrote, if you don't think so, you listen sometime to the Song of India, which is one of my favorite songs. You listen to some of his pieces that he wrote. Can't even come up with them right now. Scheherazade, that's it, Scheherazade. But then you think of Tchaikovsky. The Nutcracker Suite alone would be enough to make him famous. But then he wrote that beautiful Piano Concerto No. 1 and that beautiful Violin Concerto No. 1. And his last piece was also beautiful, the Pathétique. Piano Concerto No. 6. He wrote that just before he died of cholera. You get that from not drinking. You get that from drinking unboiled water. And it's the same thing his mother died of, is cholera. But that Pathétique is beautiful. But I said all of that so that I can whistle that piece that I can't play on the harmonica, the Song of India, one of my favorites by Rimsky-Korsakov. And I won't do the whole thing because I can't, but I'll give you enough to where you can see how beautiful it is. It goes like this. And then it goes on. That's the way that goes. But now I'm going to play something, and I got a key of F here. This is a harmonica that I've had for close to 60 years, maybe 58 years. It's the key of F. It's an old auto valve. It's got a double reed wooden comb. They don't make too many of them out of wood anymore. They're all plastic now. It's got a beautiful tone to it. It's a key of F. And there are some stuck keys in it. So bear with me, because I had to either keep this and play it with stuck keys or throw it away. And I'm loath to throw it away. I paid $5.50 for this, which was outrageous way back 50-some years ago. And now they're almost $100. That's how much the money is inflated. But I'm going to play this. It sounds organy, and that's why they used to call them mouth organs, because they're... Now, here goes. I'm going to play I Must Tell Jesus, one of my favorite hymns. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, I cannot bear my burdens alone. I must tell Jesus, and Jesus will help me, Jesus alone. I don't know if you detected those stuck keys or not, but they were loud and clear. I just loathe to throw it away, though. It's got such a nice tone to it. Well, there was another song that I wish I could play on my harmonica. My cousin Tony claims that he can. I got to hear that. But I have not been able to do it. And it's a lovely little Mexican piece. It's called La Paloma. And so I'll whistle it just in case you're interested in knowing how it sounds. And the rest of it I can't whistle. It's too high for me. But anyway, it gives you an idea how pretty that is. Now there was one that Well, I'll play another harmonica piece. This is one I heard on the harmonica, and I'll play that also in this organy piece, this organy harmonica here with the stuck keys. I'll give that a try. Key of F. I heard this on Canadian radio. It goes like this. Now I'm going to try that same piece on the key with the key of G. And the reason why I'm going to do that is the key of G is a lowest key, and it doesn't make sense. The key system on harmonicas, they don't make any sense to me because the key of E is real high, and I just played F, the next key, and that's not high. And so it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I'm going to play that same piece on the key of G here. I'm going to try to play it in the lower keys. No, I can't do it. That was the key of G, but you had to hear it in the high keys. In the low keys, it sounds like this. All right. The key of A sounds like this. You see the difference. These are the three main keys I'll be using. I might use key of B. There was something I heard on Canadian radio, picked up a lot of good pieces there, that really was beautiful. It was a Polish choir, and they were singing their hearts out to the glory of the Lord. It was a sacred music. And I never heard anything so pretty and well, that's a broad statement, but it was beautiful. And I'm going to try to whistle that, a part of it, give you an idea. Grandma, when she was still alive, Grandma Suter, used to hear me whistling that, and she thought it was, she says, boy, you can sure whistle. Well, I never paid any attention to what I could do, whistling or not, but, and you know, I'm going to find out. Because when I play this back, I'm going to see how I sound, and because I never heard myself whistle except when I whistled. But you don't know what you sound like unless you hear it back. Just like your voice. You don't know what kind of voice you got until you hear it recorded. So I'll find out. But anyway, for now, I'm going to try to whistle that Polish choir music, just some of it. Well, all right. I heard when I was going to grade school, there was a pretty girl who was very talented. She had long black hair, pretty girl. I think I had a little bit of a crush on her. But anyway, she played the piano, and I don't know what the piece is, but I remember the song or the piece, and I just call it MJB after her. Mary Jo Blair was her name. She played it on the harmonica, and it went like this. I mean, on the piano. Let me see. That was the key of G. Then I heard something that I thought was a beautiful, I don't know if I can use the word beautiful, but it was very appealing. It's a French folk song. I think it was played on a concertina. Maybe for something like that, I should use my wooden comb 58-year-old auto valve with the stuck keys. I'll see if I can play that on it. It went like this. What a pleasure that is to play, even though it has stuck keys. Well, I don't know what the name of that was. I just heard it, and that's it. I am able to pick up music just by hearing it one time. One of the few things I can do, I guess. Wish I could do other things that well. How about a little Beethoven, would you believe? It goes like this. I think I'm going to use the key of G again. I think I'll play that on the key of F2 and see if I can get back to my organy, old one. Well, that was Beethoven, believe it or not. Now I'm going to get a key I don't like. This is the key of E. It's the highest key on the scale, on the harmonica scale anyway. I think I'm going to play the solid rock. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. Now, I'll play that same thing in the key of G so you'll see the difference. All right. How about Come Thou Fount? I wonder if I can play that on this high screechy key of E. Let's see. Come Thou Fount. I preached in a black church one time, and I heard him sing this, and man, it was really great the way they could sing it with those deep voices. Well, this won't do it any justice. This is the highest keys, but we'll do it anyway. How about a little Stephen Foster, way down upon the Swanee River? I better do this with a key of A. Well, another Stephen Foster song is Camptown Races. Same key of A. kind of difficult to play. How about this? Key of G. There's a song that I heard when I was a boy called A Tree in the Meadow. It goes like this. The words are, there's a tree in the meadow with a stream drifting by, and carved upon that tree I'll see, I love you till I die. Endearing Young Charms. Another one, same key of A, is The Last Rose of Summer. This goes all the way back to the Civil War days. Well, there's many others I would like to play But I think we've got 30 minutes now, and that's quite a lot of harmonica music. You could get. I don't want you to get tired of a good thing here. So I don't think I'll play any more. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. And when I play it back, I'll find out if I want to keep it or not. Some things I keep because they're just barely tolerable. Other things are awful. And other things I'm satisfied with. I don't know what this is going to be till I hear it. May the Lord add his blessing upon the listener and upon the music. Through Christ Jesus. Amen.